right, my people, fly Eagles fly, because this is how we do. My man Howie Rose, man, always coming through in the clutch. Listen, I don't have much time on this one right here, man. I want to get to a little bit of a film study real quick here to highlight this, because I'm excited about this development. And that development being the signing of Myles Jack and Zach Cunningham, respectively. That shit is hard. Those are two serious names in the business of football, right? I'm gonna talk about Myles Jack on this one right here. Myles Jack is somebody who I always thought Nakobe Dean reminded me of. They have very similar playing styles. To have those guys possibly next to each other, you're talking about having two of the more athletic linebackers that you'll see there. I'm talking about quick diagnosing type cats, sawed-off shotgun types. Both of these guys can think the game through, man. I absolutely love that signing right there. This was one of those positions there where I was a little iffy, right? I know Nakobe Dean since the beginning of time, right? I'm very confident that he will be a star for them Philadelphia Eagles there. The guys that they brought in, like Amaro and some of the guys like Ellis already on the roster, I'm not so sure about there, especially when you factor in injuries to a couple of those guys as well. Man, you got to be able to replenish, and for some odd reason, Howie, right? You know how we do it out here, baby, in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, right? Especially out here in Jersey, baby. It's mob ties. Like, oh, there he is, but man, Howie Roseman, right? Getting his mob on right there. Mob ties, he be straight finessing the system right there. Myles Jack and Zach Cunningham. I don't know how it will play out, but I know those are two big names in the business. And Myles Jack, just what the doctor ordered, in my opinion. Matter of fact, man, let's get to it right quick.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, y'all, now check this out right here. If you're Sean Desai and your base personnel or your base alignment has always been out of an odd front, right? When he was in Chicago, I did it before, right? I showed you they were a 34 defense. When he was in Seattle, right, as a defensive assistant, that's the year that they magically transformed into a 34 defense from being one of the best 4-3 teams that we've seen this generation. So having guys who already fit that bill right there, as you can see, Myles Jack right here, right, he's going to be working either weak side, right, even though he's on the close side of the formation right now. That's null and void these days with changes, with trades, as far as the rotation of the strength of the formation. Very well could go in motion, go over here, then the strength has changed. So these zone flows are in vogue right here. We'll get to it right here. You can see him. Look at his aiming point. Stay parallel to the line of scrimmage and then strike. Nasty. Y'all know I get excited when we're talking about linebacker play. Ain't nobody fucking with me with linebacker play, man. I'm telling you. Linebacker play, safety play, your boy get excited, man. All these guys like, this is insane. This is amazing, Cletus. You can turn them dudes off when this real shit come on right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is the nuts and bolts of it. You're going to want to attack for your aiming point and your gap. You're going to fit your run properly. But once you show presence in that gap, right, you can see him showing presence in his original gap there. The flow is taking you to where it's supposed to be. That's when you get parallel to the line of scrimmage and you become the gap. If you get what I'm saying right there, right, Paul? I'll pause that. So you see him, right, straight right there. He gets parallel to the line of scrimmage. If there is a cutback lane, he's working back weak side here on this particular zone flow. He's good. Stay at that. If your man cuts back, he's cutting back right into you. They play great help defense, closing off the front side right there. Look at that, right? Another Eagle right there. Terrell Edmonds right there, cutting them off, and then Myles Jack cleaning it up, baby. You talk about two guys on the cleanup team, the all-EMT team, man. Myles Jack and Nakobe Dean together, and let's get it. All right, here we go again. You got another zone play out of shotgun right here. You have the best running back in the NFL, in my opinion, Nick Chubb here, with a pretty dominant, definitely a dominant run offensive line here. What do you have to do? You have to keep that mental pressure on them as well. We see here, if I can get this working correctly, your man pressing, and look at that, sifting, searching, probing, and he in there. Look at that. One more time. Look at this. Working weak side, parallel to the line of scrimmage. There you go. A lot of guys like to shoot their wad early, right? They'll shoot their wad and attack a full gap because they're not patient, right? You see him? He mirrors Nick Chubb there. He trusts what the guys are doing in front of him. He can see the angling off right there. So he knows that he's good. He's going to be able to show presence in his original gap and then string that along, right? What I say, stay parallel to the line of scrimmage. You want to get those shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage. That way you're able to be in strike mode. You can see Splacker tie out. It's a tough tackle right there, Nick Chubb. And look at that. Fertilizes himself and Nick Chubb, right? Come on, man. Let's go. All right, same deal right here. This time you can see him work front side. So you have the strength of the formation. He's working there. Usually you're going to have to deal with some type of traffic in this instance, right? But he's so patient. Look at this. Look at him stringing along. Inside shoulder force, bang, he's there, making the play. One more time. Look at stringing along, shuffle. Then look, right for the cavalry, and he's there because this is what you want to do. When you have that and you're working front side there, I'd rather somebody try to beat me to the edge than cut back against the grain, because usually if they're cutting back, that means they found a void in the run defense there. So him working this way, you can see him, right? Not pressing the gap. Most people, right, they see it. They probably try to shoot, right? This is how you get yourself out. Oh, I see it right here. Let me shoot. Nah, you ain't got to shoot that, right? You can wait for you to take your shot, right? So look at him stringing, making sure there's no cut back there. And then look, ends up running that man into traffic, ends up running that man onto the Garden State Parkway, right? Or the New Jersey Turnpike out here, right? Tons of traffic right there. And he's done, fertilized himself. He had to just go down like a $2 hooker. All right. Talking about working on take-on situations. Myles Jack and Kobe Dean going to need help up front, right? Whether it be from a cat like Jordan Davis, right? You got to make sure that my man is tying up blocks there. I got to make sure that all the guys there are really doing their assignments, because they're not going to work well in take-on situations. We see kind of a take-on situation right here, but with a zone element, and you can see him right there. He does a pretty good job of disengaging right there. But in a take-on situation, right, when it's head up, some of these power schemes, these gap schemes there, I might struggle a little bit. But I like this particular play right here because you know what he does. Watch him show presence in both gaps, right? He'll stick his foot on the outside trying to angle out right here, but he's still going to be searching and sifting there, right? Probed and put his head on the outside right there to disengage, releases, and gets in on the fun right here with Kareem Hunt. Good rep. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and have to call it right there, right? I was in the middle of something, but man, I saw and got this alert right here. I was like, man, I got to talk to the people right here. What do you think about Myles Jack? This guy's been around for a minute, right? He's a young cat still. He might be like 28 years old or something like that. So it's going to be a kind of a prove it deal year right here. I don't know what the future will hold as far as him being on the team long term. But Myles Jack is one of these guys that I've always liked ever since he was in college at UCLA, for sure, when he was a running back. I love when he was doing the running back, linebacker things. Somebody else has done that before, and he's sitting right here talking to you, right? So I'll come back with some stuff on Zach Cunningham a little bit later as well, and we can see how it goes right there. But let me know what you think about both of those guys, because I know you will, even though I did something on Myles Jack there, and how you think it fits in the long term for this particular season right here. Do both of these guys make the team, or there's just some warm camp bodies? What's going on, right? Let me know. But this is how we do. You already know, all right? Fly, Eagles, fly, man. Make sure you tip your waiter, because I be serving that hibachi. Big love out there to everybody out here, baby. South Jersey, stand up. Philly, Delaware, everything, baby. We always in there. Shout out to the boys up North Jersey, too, who follow this team down South Jersey, all right?